excited to do this video for myself because I have a lot of African jewelry that I really don't wear. So I want to organize my African jewelry box to see what pieces I have. I got this rub, this breakup rub that I just put on my feet. You guys can't see my feet. How you guys doing? On this beautiful Sunday. I said it's supposed to rain here in New York or in Manhattan. I only check Manhattan weather. It was bright and sunny yesterday, but they said it's supposed to rain today. I'm gonna try to make it outside before it rains. I actually got up late start this morning. I woke up like at 5 o'clock and I'm like, oh hell no, I went back to sleep. And I woke up like at 10. One thing I noticed though, like in my neighborhood, it is like predominantly white. These white folks be up early as shit with so much energy, y'all. That's how you know white people be winning, because they be up so early, running, eating ice cream, laughing, like on a Sunday morning. Where they do that shit at? Yo, you go to the hood, you are not going to see people, black people, out just lollygagging, jogging through the fucking hood. You just not. That's not what you see, y'all. I'm talking about like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, white people just outside running, getting their exercise in, just happy-go-lucky, just jogging. I'm like, okay. It is motivating, though, to see that, to be surrounded by that level of energy and happiness. Would you like to be a part of my video? Because you're just sitting there like, I'm wrong for not introducing you. Would you like to be a part of my video? Come on, come on. Come on, you want to be? Come on. You say you want to be in my video. Want to be in my video? His mask came off. I don't really talk to him that much. I just like sit him on my couch. And by the way, this couch, I rarely sit on this couch. He sits on the couch. I know he likes it, but I don't sit on this couch hardly ever. I just don't. Say hello. Oh, you don't want your mask on? He's like, I'm tired of wearing this mask. He says, hello. So, I adopted him, I think, back in February of this year for Valentine's Day. Alright. So, I'm going to have to sit you over here for now, so I can do this video, okay? I'll come back to you. Alright, so yes, I'm excited, y'all. I have so much jewelry. I have 2 bundles. Now, I did have this in a bag, but I took it out the bag and I put it here in this scarf. I'm excited, you guys. I'm so excited. I have so much jewelry that I'm doing this because I am going to start wearing this jewelry. I'm like, I purchased it. I need to wear it. So this is jewelry that I've collected over the years. I think a big chunk of this jewelry actually came from LA. And I'm gonna try to recall where I got some of this jewelry from, like exactly where, because I buy jewelry from so many different places. The same thing with my clothes. People ask me like, "Oh, where did you get that?" Sometimes I can remember, and sometimes I can't, because I have so many different African pieces. But I think I know I got this from LA. Which store? Oh, I don't fucking remember. Did I get this from LA? Did I get it from Brooklyn? Oh, I don't remember. No, I'm pretty sure this came from LA. Because I remember wearing it in LA. But I like this one. I rarely wear this. But I'm going to start. I do remember where I got this from. I got this from the Pan African Film Festival. Some pieces I just remember. Some pieces, like, my memory is relatively vague. But I love this piece. Why don't I wear it? Let's see. I wore this piece one time when I went to the Pan African Film Festival. I think this was the last film festival I went to out in LA before the pandemic happened. Oh, I love it. I like this piece. I like it because it's like a choker. Fits around my neck. Should I wear it today? Okay. That song is like stuck in my head now. And I usually ask, where did the person get it from? Who sold it to me? I asked them like, where do you get this from? What country does it come from? But I don't remember. But my African friends can always remind me. I like this piece. I want to wear this more often. So I'm putting all of my jewelry here in this jar. Hopefully it can fit. We're gonna see. Let's see if this is a good idea. So I got this piece from these two pieces here from the same African shop in Inglewood, California. The name of the African shop is evading my memory. But she was a really nice lady. Oh, it's Coquette Couture. That's it. Coquette Couture. That's the name. Some people like name their businesses like very non-memorable names, right? Makes it difficult like for people to recall the name. And her prices are kind of high. Like, not for jewelry necessarily, but for like her custom-made African pieces that she sells. I think it's her and her husband who own the shop, but it is located in Inglewood. I love it. This is like cloth material though. That's the only thing. So like, let's say you're wearing it outside and it's like hot and you're sweating. Yeah. How do you clean it? I don't know. I would not recommend putting it in the washer because it just might mess up. And I did have to take, I think, one of these pieces back because I was like, it came apart. This is, I think, glued on here. And so I think that was the issue with one of the pieces that I had to trade out. So I really like that. I love these types of bracelets. I think these are Kenyan. Actually, these bracelets that I wore early in my early video I made today are from Kenya. This is from Kenya. But yeah, I love these. I have quite a few of these actually. Even the small ones too. I love bracelets and I like necklaces. As you guys will see. I'm gonna wear these today. Oh, this is one that broke. I got this from One of my favorite stores on Hollywood Boulevard. I don't know where the other piece is at, but that's all. Check this out. This is a Black Lives Matter necklace that I actually got from an Asian store. Asian hair store. I haven't worn this piece that many times either. I also got this from the Coquette Couture in Inglewood. I remember. Some pieces I do remember. This is a black power face. It's wooden. I gotta start wearing this more often. I gotta pull it out, you know. It's just something about wearing African jewelry just enlivens me. Yo, this, I don't think this is African. I do remember getting this from New York before I moved to LA. I like this piece. It's crazy because some of these pieces I do not remember. I've had a very long time. I got, I think, from Coquette Couture. This is African American and African jewelry. It's the same thing though. African is more of a grayer umbrella, right? So that's why I call it African jewelry. But it's a mixture if you want to be technical. This is clearly African because this is a Pan-African flag if you don't know. RBG, red, black, and green. But most of it, I mean, I don't really make a differentiation between African and African American. That's how you know I'm true Pan-African. You're not a Pan-African, so you made a differentiation between the two. You dig it? So this is, I got this from my friend from the Ivory Coast. You guys got to go back and watch the video. Yo, I am funny. I amuse myself just thinking about my interactions with the male species. But he gave me this piece of jewelry along with several African pieces, some dresses and some shirts, some blouses. That was a guy who took me out on a very expensive date. Flew me out from LA to New York. But, you know, we had a good time though. Like, I liked him. It's just I like this though. I really like this piece. It's funny how there's a story connected to a lot of these pieces here. It's another like choker piece. I don't wear this often either. I love yellow. Alright, what else do we have here? Oh, I love this one. But it started to come apart. Oh no. Look guys, it started to come apart here. So the more jewelry I put on, the more exotic my features become. You think so? I think that's probably any African because it kind of taps into our culture. It's not uncommon to see Africans laced with jewelry. This is a cute piece. It's just, I gotta figure out how to repair it. Considering. It started to unravel. I do have like some yarn, so I could probably fix that. So this is like, I can fix that. Where did I get this from? I don't recall where I got this from. Did I get this from this store on Hollywood Boulevard? I think so. Here's another necklace I got from Coquette Couture in Inglewood. I love this. I got a lot of wear out of this one. You guys go back and see my videos that I made while living in LA. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I got this from this woman that was selling her jewelry. What does that company call it? People sell like stuff through. I forget the name of whatever company, but she was just like an agent for the company, and I met her in line as I was about to go into this movie premiere out in LA. And I was like, yeah, I'll buy some. I support people. Like, I like to support, you know, small businesses or up and coming businesses, you know. If it's something I like, why not? I haven't really wore it though. Purple, I like purple, but I guess not really so much in the jewelry form. So I haven't really wore that much. Where did I get this? I think I got this here in New York. I did. I think I got, oh yeah, I got this from the Malcolm Shabazz African Harlem Market on 116th Street. I do not wear this that much because this thing is heavy. I wore this on a date that I went on. I made a video, what should I wear for our first date? This was like around the holidays last year. So I think that's the only time I wore this. Because it's heavy. It's like you gotta get used to wearing it. I don't know how much this thing weighs. It probably weighed about a good 2-3 pounds maybe. I really love this though. Gotta look at it up close to see what it's made of. It's beads. So there's a lot of mystery to the African jewelry, right? And I think that's the most fascinating part, is sometimes knowing it, to know what the significance is, and then sometimes to not know. I think it's better not to know. What in the hell? How did this get tangled up? Because not knowing, people have a greater respect. Sometimes it's not meant to know. know, you know. Yeah, look at this. How in the hell did this get like this? How did it? Here we go. So I remember where I got this from. This is my zodiac sign. Granted, I don't really believe in the whole astrology, right? I think astrology is pseudoscience. It depends though. I feel like Western astrology is kind of like pseudoscience. I'm not really into that. People I know, it's like a big wave now. A lot of African American people are really hip to the astrology. Like, what's your sign? When were you born? And Sun square Pluto and houses and all of that, right? It sounds all fancy and sophisticated, but I just take caution to like follow and stuff just because everybody else is doing it, right? And then another thing is just y'all are reading from a website. Who wrote that stuff on the website? Who wrote that? And they swear up and down that it's just facts. Just because it's on a website. Anybody can create an astrology website and say, oh, this is what this means if you were born this time. It's like, come on. But I just thought it was cute, though. I thought this was cute. I got this from the store on Hollywood Boulevard. My favorite store. They sell, like, imported clothing and jewelry from, what is that country called, y'all? From, I think, Thailand. I think I got this from one of the stores out here in New York before I moved. I had this piece for a long time. I don't even wear it anymore. Is this African? It's cute. I like the colors. Red, yellow, green. This is another piece I got from that same store. What's the name of that store on Hollywood Boulevard? It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. A zoo there? No. This is a represents peace. Would I ever wear all of my pieces out? What kind of question is that? All of these pieces? This is a lot, y'all. I like this. I wouldn't even be able to fit all of these pieces on at the same time because I have so many pieces. I like this. I might wear this. Start wearing this more often. This is another. Where did I get this from? I had this a long time. I had to do some nigger rigging right here. I had to fix it. I don't know where I got this from. This is just some cosmetic jewelry. I don't really wear jewelry like that though. Not really my thing. I don't know where I got this from either. I think this is also cosmetic jewelry. meaning it's not real. No, I love this. I used to wear this. I remember I used to wear this. I stopped wearing it. But now that I'm putting my jewelry here, you can see it's starting to fill up pretty fast. It's like halfway full. I think I'll be able to access it more because before I had it like in the bag, just kind of hanging up in my closet. But nah, I need to pull it out so that I'll have easier access to it. These are seashells. This is cute. I don't remember where I got this from. Oh, this goes with these earrings. I don't wear earrings at all. Even though when I was younger, I went crazy. And I got like, I think 4 holes right here. I got like 1 at the top on each ear. So I used to wear earrings all the way up and down my ear. I used to wear hoops all the way up and down my ear. I got my tongue pierced 3 times. I got my eyebrows pierced, both eyebrows. You guys probably can see on this one where there's a scar because it's split. I got my belly button pierced. I went crazy with the piercings, and I was living with my dad, and he was like, "What you got in your mouth? What you got on your, why you got your belly button pierced?" I'm just like, "Dad, I'm 18 years old. Hello." I was one of those teenagers, like, "Hello, you can't tell me what to do." He was like, "Okay, you have he gave me like a week. He was like, "You have a week to take all that shit out your body. And if you don't, I'm gonna take down your door." And I was like, "Dad, you are not taking down my door." I said, "You cannot take down my door to my room, my bedroom." Like, no, you can't do that. I used to always be in my room with the door closed, and my dad would want me to come out. I mean, it makes sense, right? I should like come out, talk to him. This is when I lived with my dad. It was just me and my dad. And I'm just like, but I want to be a teenager. I used to always be on the phone, talking to my friends, just in my room with the door closed. But that's how I always been, though. Even like growing, like when I was younger, I used to just be in my room reading books before I even knew anything about boys. I used to be in my room to myself, isolated, away from the family. But my dad was like, "Yeah, and take that stuff out." Build a shelf to put everything on and do a live while you build it. I wish I knew how to build something, yo. I want to get a bookshelf. I want like a handmade bookshelf because I have a whole bunch of books. I want to do a whole video showing you guys all the books I have. I did one showing you guys all of my DVDs. I want to do another one like that with all my books. But I only want to pull out those books out of my closet. I have this big ass fucking closet in my room. Long ass closet. I want to pull all of them books out. Yo. I don't want to do it though until I get a shelf. I don't want a custom made shelf. I don't want to buy a shelf. I don't want to get the regular standard. I want to get like a custom made shelf. And I asked my African friend who lives in Harlem, I'm like, "Yo," because he builds shit. A lot of Africans in New York, like, they good with their hands. They be building shit and doing, like, construction work and stuff. So I'm like, "Can you build me a bookshelf?" And he was like, "Oh, yeah, sure." But he was like, "We're going to do it together this summer." I don't want to do it with you. But I guess it would be cool to learn, though. I got to revisit that to see what's up. You say these days the teenagers go too far with the piercing. That's right, Dad. No way. Not up in here. But listen, okay, so the outcome of that story was I mean, how, like, I don't think my dad was really thinking about it, right? I just got it pierced. I say, you can't take it out. I just got my tongue pierced. You can't take it. He was like, take it out. Why would I take it out? It don't make any sense. If I take it out, it's going to close up. I say, they told me I can't take it out. That's what the tattoo person told me at the tattoo shop. He's like, do not take it out. You got to leave it in for like a long time, like months, because it has to heal. And then once it heals, then you can take it out. So now I don't wear my tongue ring now. I don't really wear any piercings at all. But yeah, that's funny. I thought that was hilarious. My dad was like, I saw his face, yo. His face was mad. He stood me up, like, we was in the kitchen, we was standing up talking. He was just like, let me see what you got. He was surprised because I went crazy with it. I was so excited. I was 18 years old, like, yay. I was like, take all that shit out. Well, he didn't say shit because my dad really don't curse like that. But he was like, take all that stuff out of your body. You have by, I don't forget what he said. So he gave me a date to take it out. He was like, or I'm going to take your door down. And I did. I left it in. I just didn't show it to him. I just tried to hide it. I think maybe I did take out my eyebrow piercing because he can see that. But he couldn't see my tongue or my navel. So just cover it up. Just like, I think then I was just so happy to have a navel piercing. Being a grown-ass teenager, I would just walk around his house with like all the top on and shit. He's like, oh no, you ain't. That shit was funny. But my dad, like, he didn't allow my mom to pierce my ears. Like, you know how like babies get their ears pierced? At 6 months old? I never got my ears pierced until I was fucking, I don't know, how old was I? 16 or no. I think I was like 13 years old, 13, 14. And this is like, I think during the period when my mom, she left my dad when I was 12 years old. My mom and dad separated. She took me and my sister and I lived with her for like 4 years from like 12 to 16. And then I moved back in with my dad. I ran away from home from my mom, moved back in with my dad when I was 16 years old. And so then my dad raised me for the last 2 years of my high school by himself. And so I think like when I was with my mom, that's when I got my ears pierced. My mom and dad used to argue over crazy shit. I remember them arguing like, oh, she only got her ears pierced. My dad did not play that shit. That's probably why I don't wear earrings now. Because it's just my dad, like, internalized that belief in me. My oldest is 14, finally gave in to her getting a second piercing in her ear. Even that was tough. Why, Dwayne? It's just piercings. I wanted to cut my hair because I had wanted to go natural. I think this is also when I was like 17 or 18 years old, living with my dad. And I wanted to just cut all my hair off, and I talked to him about it. And he was just like, no, don't do that. Your hair is your glory. Don't cut it off. I said, no, I'm cutting it off because I want it to grow out naturally. I'm cutting out my perm. He was like, no, don't do that. Don't do that. So I think I waited, and I went off to college. Because I left his house at 18 years old, went off to college, and moved into the dorm. And I cut my shit off. It was like, I could have did it, but, you know, you don't want to really piss off your parents too much. Because you know that they mad at you and shit. But it's like, it's funny. I laugh because it's like he couldn't do shit about it, right? That's the funny part, I think. I don't know. I think that's funny as like teenagers. Like, it's fun. Like being a teenager is fun when you get to a certain age and your parents are like powerless over what they can do. Like, they threaten to take away stuff. It's just, you couldn't. Because it's just, yo, as a teenager, I was fucking ruthless. I was like rebellious as hell. But I was smart. So it's like, what can you do with a kid that's rebellious, but smart as shit, got good grades in school, college bound, but just doing what the hell they want to do? I'm on the phone all night. I'm watching porn videos. I'm motherfucking he had a rule you can't have any people over, right? Inside his house. I mean, it makes sense. Don't me bringing people inside my house when I'm not here, right? I would like sneak my friends over and shit. We and that bitch doing what teenagers do. Turn the fuck up. One day my dad came home early. I was like, oh shit, y'all gotta go. I was like, hurry up. I seen my dad turn and start pulling in the driveway. I was like, go, hurry up. Started spraying shit. Oh shit, hurry up, go out the back door. Go, just go. Had to time it so that, like, wait till he pulled all the way up in the driveway and then let them out. Because if they ran out the house while he was turning it, he could see motherfuckers running out the fucking back door and around the house. I'm like, wait till he come in and then run out. Ran and had to get their ass out. He came in, he was like, what's that smell? My dad, he was like OCD. Like, he noticed every little thing. So he's like, who been in this house? I'm like, ain't nobody been there. I said, my friends, they were over here, but I met them outside. We was outside, you know, I just came in. Because I could smell like smoke. I said, oh no, we was outside. We was outside smoking. And, you know, I'm like, we was outside. He was like, don't lie to me. And he looking at the carpet like, oh, it's like footprints. I was like, oh my gosh, yo. He looking at the indentation. It wasn't even dirty. He looking at the fucking indentation in the carpet. And you can see, like, I'm like, yo, this is too motherfucking much, my nigga. Those were the days, so that shit was fun. You say your daughter is 17, she want a tattoo and said, girl, no, wait till you graduate high school. Aww. Parents be strict, y'all, on their kids. Kids gonna do what the hell they want to do anyway. You about to check her phone? Don't do that. Yo, my mom was so strict. She would like check our book bags. Ugh. You ain't gonna find shit. Cause I was young at that point. When she was checking my book bag, I was too young to even. The things that she was thinking about wasn't even going through my mind. Cause I wasn't even at that age yet. I didn't get turned up until I was like 16. Till I reached puberty. That's when I fucking got my period. That's when I fucking got turned up. But, you know, sometimes parents be doing too much. This is Bob Marley. You can tell this is Warren. I was trying to read your, like, scroll back up to read a comment, but. It's just because she's getting older, but she's still my baby. She's expressing herself, and I'm fine with it. Are you really fine with her being herself? Come on. Yeah, they can't be too strict. Guess what? The thing about teenagers, they're going to do what they want to do anyway. They may put on a facade like they're innocent. They're following your rules, but you don't know what the hell they doing when they go out that door, when they around their friends. They friends know, right? That's where peer pressure is a thing. Their peers, people the same age as them, got way more influence over them than you. So you, as their parent, they came from you, right? You would think that they would listen to you. You would have more influence over them. Hell no. Their peers have more influence. And that makes sense. They're going to listen to people who look like them, dress like them, talk like them. That's their same age. They can relate to them more, right? So you can tell them, oh, don't do that. But if their friends, their peers are like, yeah, come on, do it, let's do it. That's what they're going to listen to. It don't matter. You can't say, oh, you can't think it like you're a bad parent because they're going against your rules. It's not that you're a bad parent. That's just part of being a teenager. It's like the socialization process that teenagers go through. Even the most well-behaved, like you could have been a really great parent, teaching them everything and disciplining them and all of that, but they're just gonna do what they want to do. They need to learn, and let them learn. You know, they're gonna learn. I like these earrings. I have earrings I don't even wear. I wore these like one time to the Pan African Film Festival. My kids go to South Atlanta High School in Atlanta, Georgia. They're not allowed to wear book bags. Yeah, that was a thing too at my school, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm going back. Not moving. Hell no, I don't know how that slipped out. I'm not moving back, but I am visiting my hometown next month. Going back to visit and spend time with my family. And I'm gonna visit my elementary school, middle school, and high school. I'm gonna do a video on it. We had to. They got to a point where we had to wear like clear book bags to school. Because that's just how bad it was. My middle school had metal detectors. Because people would bring guns, knives, all kind of weapons. You know, that shit was like a jailhouse up in my life. Like, it wasn't really much learning happening. If you wanted to learn, like for example, with me. Because my school was so violent, and so much was happening. It's like if you wanted to learn, you had to score high enough to be placed in advanced placement classes. And so being in separate classes from the general student population, those are the kids we learned. You know what I'm saying? Because we wanted to learn. We were college bound. Whereas the rest of the school, they ain't come to school to learn. And they lived in the projects. Those are kids who lived in the projects. So they kind of made school fun, though. I ain't even gonna front. Because I had some classes with them. Right? And they kind of made school kind of fun. But I was in AP English. I was in like all AP classes up for, I think, like my electives. And like they would come to school. They would be ranking on each other. Telling jokes. Beating on the desk and shit, making beats and ranking on the teacher and fighting and braiding hair. Like, I remember I had a class with some of those kids where we just like did nothing. I was in there braiding dudes' hair. I ain't have no freaking comb, so I would use like a pencil to part their hair and shit. Like, that's how school was. This was high school. We've done everything they are doing. Exactly. Like, parents have done everything the kids are doing. Where are you from and what high school did you go to? I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. Duval, a.k.a. the bang 'em where they hang 'em. It's just a crime-ridden city, unfortunately. And I graduated from John Revault High School on the north side. The hood, they have to wear clear book bags. Oh, yeah. You can only you do what you can as parents. So these pieces I got from my friend, same guy who gave me this necklace from the Ivory Coast. Wait, what? Or was it? Yo, I get so much freaking jewelry. No, what? Did he give me this? Did it come from this guy or did it come from another guy? Why do guys be giving me like African? I guess they know I like African pieces, but I think a different guy gave me this. I think it was my friend from the Gambia. I like these though. I need to wear these. It's just friendship bracelet. Yeah, I went to Sally B. Mathis. They're all in the same neighborhood, like all walking distance. Sally B. Mathis for elementary, and then John Revault for middle and high school. I don't know how it is now. That's why I'm going to go visit those schools to see how it is, because, you know, it's good to go back. It's good to go back. I'll be 38 in September. So we're talking about 20 years. 20 years since I graduated high school. So it'll be cool to go back and see what has changed, even though I know the school is closed. I guess summer school. I don't know if they're doing summer school or not. How is that working? I don't even wear my tongue rings. This is like tongue ring jewelry here. Those were the days. Where are these? I don't wear it because, you know, I'm trying to be professional and all of that, right? So that's why I don't wear my tongue ring. I've been took that out. I got these from 125th Street in Harlem. Another bracelet. He gave me 4. Yeah, I did get this from Gambian friend. I call him Mandingo Warrior. He laughed. I'm like, yo, you got a Mandingo Warrior now. You Mandingo Warrior, y'all. The Mandingo. Speaking of my dad, yo, he called me yesterday out of the blue. I was thinking about him. It's funny, like, when I think about him, out of nowhere, he called me. He called me like, it was like 8 o'clock last night. I'm like, hello? It's like, hi, darling. I'm like, hey, Dad, what's going on? It's like, oh, I was just calling you just to see how you doing. How you doing up there? I'm like, I'm doing good. I have a few more weeks left of my internship, and then once I finish, I am flying out the next day. The immediate next day after I finish my internship. So, he knows I'm on my way to see him. You want to visit New York? So this is the second bundle. I have more jewelry, guys. Yeah. You gotta let your kids grow up. I think it makes sense, yeah, to kind of hover over them. But even when they're little kids, though. I mean, I don't have kids, granted, right? But just knowing, like, children, I've been around children a lot. My sister, who was 3 years older than me. By the way, I have 5 sisters and 2 brothers. I am the youngest. My sister, who was closest to me in age, she's 3 years older than me. She has 4 kids. And I spent a lot of time with them. I kept them for one entire summer. Well, this is when they were all in elementary school. 4 kids, the entire summer. I kept them, yeah. Like, I felt so proud of myself, too. But they spent the entire summer with me. And they also visited me when I was in Atlanta. I think that was the summer one. One of those summers, I think they came, I was in Atlanta. So they were like 6 hours away from their mom. It's a lot of work. But I just believe, like, with children, you gotta just kind of let them be. Let them, like, you can guide them and how they should be, what they should do. But a lot of the behavior you see, like, just let them be. You can't, don't be so controlling. I don't believe in that. I got this from 125th Street in Harlem. I like this piece. So this is the jewelry here. And this bundle, okay, the first bundle was jewelry that I don't even wear. I probably haven't worn like over a year, 2 years. This bundle is jewelry that I wear on a regular basis. So some of this jewelry, most of the jewelry you guys will see, looks very familiar because y'all see me wearing it in my videos. I love this piece. I don't really wear it as much though. I've worn it, but I don't really wear it that much. These pieces I actually just got from the Harlem Shabazz Market. I think I got this also from the Harlem Shabazz Market. I love these. Love these. They're Adinker symbols. This, I think, represents power of love. It means power of love. This symbol, I think, means the universe. When is the best time to visit New York? I would say all the time. Any time of the year, if you ask me. But then it depends on you. Like my mom, when I first moved to New York in 2014, she had this thing where she was like, oh, I ain't coming to see you when it's cold. Because they from Florida. Y'all know Floridians. They spoil when it comes to the weather. We're spoiled with that sunshine. She's like, I ain't coming there when it's cold. I'm like, Mom, you'll survive. But my mom only visit me up here when it's warm. In the summertime. And not like in the heat of the summer either. Like when it's warmer. So, that's around like May, June. But even now, we're in August. Yesterday, the weather was like in the 70s, July 31st. So we had really good weather. I think last summer was hotter than this summer. Is this African? No, this is BDSM. I love this color. I had this for a very long time. And when I wear it, the white men Upper East Side look at me weird because they know what it means and look at me like, I'm like, nope. Nope. This actually was a part of a shirt, but I cut it off the shirt and made it a necklace. I'm gonna wear it one day. Yeah, it depends on like your kid. Like, are you a winter person? Do you like the snow? I like the snow. I like all seasons. That's why, one of the reasons why I moved to New York anyway. Because New York gets like all 4 seasons. I love all 4 seasons. So, I don't run away from the snow. I actually like enjoy it. And I play in it. And it's always something to do year round though. It's not like things stop or shut down unless you come into New York to go to the zoo. But even like, okay, let's say you come in the winter time to come to the zoo. The zoo is open. It's just certain exhibits are closed because certain animals, the climate is not conducive for certain animals to be out there when it's like 10-degree weather. I went to the zoo, to the Bronx Zoo, which is the largest zoo here in New York because New York got so many zoos. They got a zoo like almost in every borough. But the Bronx is the biggest zoo. I went when it was cold. I was just mad. I was disappointed. I was just like, why y'all ain't got the elephants out? Georgia, we get all seasons. They really... Yeah, exactly. I know, because I lived in Atlanta for 3 years. And Atlanta, that shit get cold. People don't think Atlanta get cold, but Atlanta gets cold. So yeah, I would say come year round, so you get to see what New York is like at different points in the year. Why not? It's always something going on. Like even at the zoo, right? In the wintertime, they had like the light show throughout the park, throughout the zoo. This piece I got from the Pan African Film Festival. I really love his piece. The medallion. It's from Mali. Malian. And so are these blankets. You guys see like these Mali mud cloth. Like this. What I have on my couch. This is Mali mud cloth. This is another Mali mud cloth. This is what I use to cover up my comfy blanket. And then what I have on the back of my chair is a Mali mud cloth, and also what I have on that wall over there is Mali mud cloth. I love this piece. Yeah. It's pretty durable too. Like some jewelry break apart, and some jewelry will never break apart. You can get a knife and try to cut it and barely cut through it because it's so durable. So I like that. Alright, I'm about to wrap this up. I got a few more pieces to show. How long have I been into the culture? I think it's always been in me. Like even when I was younger, I used to gravitate to stuff like this. It's just always been my thing. But I think I really got immersed, deeply immersed out in LA. Because I was doing my practicum out and I had moved from Hollywood, California. I lived in Hollywood for like my first 2 years of my PhD studies. And then I moved to South LA so I can be closer to my practicum site. Because I took on a practicum site in Inglewood, in the hood. Totally different population than working in the valley when I was living in Hollywood, California. So like I was working in Inglewood, but I was living in South Central. I actually lived in the 60s. I didn't know it was a Crip neighborhood. Somebody told me, I was like, oh, this is a Crip neighborhood? I think it was my landlord, the couple, they were married. They owned the house that I was living in out in South Central. And it was like, yeah, you know, you're going to hear like the ghetto birds. I'm like, the ghetto birds? What's that? It's like the helicopters that fly over. I'm like, all right. But you hear that a lot out in LA. It's like a lot of crime. But I guess I just was immune to it. I don't know. It didn't really. I mean, I had an awareness when they made me aware. Okay, this is like Crip neighborhood, but it didn't really dawn on me. I'm just like, I live around black people. I felt at home. It's just a different vibe than living out in Hollywood, California, where like I was surrounded by a whole bunch of creatives, mostly white people out in Hollywood, and it's just a different vibe when you live around black people. I mean, it's a mix. It was, you know, it was a black neighborhood, Latinos live there, and a sprinkle of white people. And then Nipsey Hussle, he got shot and killed, and I'm like, damn, I didn't even realize. Like, that was right down the street from me. I could walk to his store. That's how close I live. And I live right there, like walking distance. Not even like a mile down the street. And I was like, damn, that shit was tragic. So I was all up in that mix when that happened. It was a high school across the street from his store where I actually did consultation with the teachers. I held like focus groups with the teachers that worked at the high school across the street from Nipsey Hussle's store to assess, you know, how they can be better served, right? Because in order to like really help children, you got to look at who's working with the children, what their mental health is like, you know what I'm saying? And then, not to give too many specifics because it is confidential, but generally speaking, the teachers, like, they were burnt out, but that's no surprise. A lot of research shows that teachers are fucking burnt the hell out. Those teachers are burnt out. Their coping mechanisms are crap. Hearing how they cope with the stress is sad, just hearing that. We did focus groups. We did, like, I think 3 focus groups with 3 different sets of teachers there, and they were like, I think 1 hour, 2 hour long focus groups. It was like 2 hours, but we broke it up, and we asked questions. We had like it's like interview style focus groups, and gave them a chance to just express themselves, just open up, like they were in therapy session basically. Just open up, just say what's on your mind, say what is stressing you out from many different angles. Though they talked about how the administration, there's a high turnover within the administration. Talked about everything, the students, you know, the nature of the students and how the students, I mean, it's no surprise, it's in the hood, right? So some students come there, you know, haven't really, the hygiene is bad. They come there smelling, you know what I'm saying? You know, not really getting good food, stuff like that. So those were some of the concerns that were brought up. And, you know, our task, it was me and a few of my other colleagues that we did this project, went there to determine, you know, to assess what the problems were and then to develop intervention to support them. So these are trade beads. I like these, but only thing I don't like about these is that they pinch my skin. How they're made, it's just like I find myself getting pinched. I'm like, ouch. Ow. But I like the colors though. Where did I get these from? I think I got these from the Harlem Shabazz Market. You love hearing my story. Thanks. I like talking. I like telling stories. It's from a writer. This is Nigerian. I'm going to Harlem today too, by the way. I hope I don't get rained on. It hasn't started raining. We'll see. I like this though. It's kind of simple. Oh, I got this from this vendor who always is posted up outside of the Michael's art store in Chelsea. Chelsea is like lower Manhattan, like I think 23rd Street. 23rd, 6th Avenue and 23rd. And so I got this from him. He's a really nice guy. And I actually just bought some new pieces from him too. When I went back over there. That's where I get all my art supplies from, like my canvas and my paint. They had a Michael's on Upper West Side here in Upper Manhattan. That was closest to me. I could just walk straight through Central Park from the east to the west side of the park and go. But they shut it down. I was so disappointed. I was like, man. Oh, I was looking for other pieces. I'm wearing the pieces. So this piece, these three pieces I got from the same guy across from the Michael's store in Chelsea. The African guy. These are Kenyan. I think I already said that. Oh, this I remember when I think I got this from 125th Street, Harlem. You just walk down 125th Street in Harlem and they got vendors lined on the sidewalks on each side. A lot of African vendors selling stuff. And I love supporting them. Because that's how they make their living. But not only that, like, I like supporting them because they got some nice stuff. Parking. Everybody know, like, if you're a New Yorker, you know damn well you know damn parking nowhere. And if there is, you're going to spend a lot of money. Like, they have parking garages and stuff like that in New York, but, yo, take the train. Just take the train. Unless, I mean, I know people have, like, may have physical disabilities or limitations that impact their ability to be able to, you know, get around via public transportation. Like, even my mom. Yo, my mom came to visit me in New York. I forgot that my mom was getting up in age, right? I don't live with my mom, right? Like, I'm all the way many miles away from my family. So when they came, like, I'm not thinking like, okay, my mom may have some mobility issues. Or my mom, she get around. Like, my mom was just, she went on mom like out and about. But then in New York, like, the subways have like stairs, and some do not have wheelchair access. Or elevator, right? Like, for wheelchair. They don't have elevators. So, that means you gotta, like, trek up and down those stairs. And it can be, you know, a lot of flights of stairs. And I didn't think about that. My mom came to visit me. And so, like, I had her going up and down those stairs. But I helped her, though. Like, I'm holding her and we walking up those stairs. Like, I grabbed her. But that's just something to know. Like, okay, only take... train station, only, you know what I'm saying, utilize train stations that have elevators. Okay, you gotta check in advance to see, and you can check on Google to see like which subway stations, you know, have the wheelchair accessible or, you know, elevators. So I know, I wasn't thinking. Is the subway is high? It says high, like in price? What do you mean? Is the subway high? No. mean, the cost of the subway is $2.75 per trip. And you can get like a weekly pass, unlimited, or a monthly pass, unlimited. But I don't think that's high. I guess it could be high. LA, I think, is $1.75. So New York is like $1 more than LA. I like this. African drum. Yeah. Like, let's say, you're going to spend a week in New York, then just get a weekly pass. I can't tell you how much it is. I forget. So I have a different deal set up. But you can do the weekly pass, or just add value to your card, where you put like $20 on your card, $30 on your card, and do that. But yeah, take the subway. That's the most convenient form of transportation in New York. Convenient, yeah. Like, you don't want to be sitting in traffic and spending a whole hour looking for parking. That's going to take away from the experience of you being able to enjoy whatever attraction you're going to. Because you stress about parking. And then I heard parking tickets, they are expensive in New York. It's a whole bill. You don't want no parking ticket. Parking is horrible. The people who live in New York can barely find parking, let alone like people visiting. Yeah, you don't want to deal with that. And like I said, I know they're parking garages, right? You can go find you a parking garage easily. There are parking garages all over. But, I mean, it depends on what you want to pay. If you're okay with paying $30, $40, $50 to park your car for several hours, then pay that. This is a bull. I got this from 125th Street in Harlem, and the guy was like, I was asking him, like, what's the meaning of this? He said, it's a bull. Clearly it's a bull. I was like, Chicago bull. Like, yo, stop playing. You know damn well whoever made this in Africa was not thinking about no dang on Chicago bull when they made this. Africans, they can be funny though. I like interacting with Africans. They are funny. They're fun to be around. But yeah, a lot of New York is like back open really. It's fully open. This is a bracelet to go with the choker that I showed you guys. Tourism is definitely back up in New York. And a lot of people. It's busy. I went through Midtown, Times Square, and it's busy out there, y'all. It's busy. It's back up and running. I like this one. Where did I get this from? I got this from LA. Coquette Couture in Inglewood. I got a lot from her store because I liked her. She's very welcoming. I want to go visit Atlanta. Last time I think I visited Atlanta was 2015. I went there to get my stuff out of storage. I want to go back. 2015. That's a long time. That's the last time I've been to Florida to see my family. So y'all already know. She's about to be lit when I go this month to visit my family. We talking about 2015. That's 6 years. It don't feel like it though. Because I've just been busy focused on my PhD. Now that I'm done with that, it's just like, yeah. I like these. I got this from the Harlem Shabazz Market. 16th Street. The guy who sold me these, I'm trying to remember what country he's from. I think he said from Gambia. Yeah, because I think when I had bought, oh, I actually bought, I think, this Molly blanket that I'm sitting on from him. I sure did. My first set of Molly blankets, my Molly cloths, I got that from him. And I was telling him about my other Gambian friend. I remember. Yo, I got a lot of these bracelets. What is this, copper? This a friend, a guy gave to me. I don't know, I call him a friend. Fake ass fucking Black Panther dude. He gave me this though. And then I got these. I ordered these when I ordered my Yoni Steam. I ordered a Yoni Steam from this Haitian girl that's, I think she's based on in Pennsylvania. I follow her on IG. Princess of the Tribe. That's her name on IG. But these are a lot. I got all of these, y'all. All of these bracelets from her. You need some silver. I'm not really big on silver, though I have one thick piece of silver that I've had for so many years. This is a ring that I got from a Christian bookstore a long time ago. I think I probably was like in high school when I got this. High school or maybe freshman in college when I got this ring. And then guys always wonder, why do I wear it on my ring finger? This is my left hand, by the way. The image is reversed because I'm live, so you guys know how they flip the image on live streams. But I wear this ring on my left ring finger. Guys thinking I'm married, which can be a good thing. That's like the only piece of silver that I have. I had this forever, but I love it. It's the only finger that it fits. I love these. It's a lot. I'm gonna start wearing these again too. And you guys, I think that wraps it up. That's all of my jewelry. Speaking of, actually, there's one more little piece here. This is a ring. I think I also got, no, I got this from, what's the name of that freaking store on Hollywood Boulevard? Musere. I knew it would come to me. Musere. So the store that I was referencing, that I got some of these jewelry pieces on Hollywood Boulevard in Hollywood, California. It's called Musere, M-U-Z-E-R, and they sell a lot of imported clothes and jewelry from Thailand. One of my favorite places. They know me because I used to go there all the time. Even when I went to go visit, when I went to LA during this pandemic this past March, I went there for like 10 days, I think. I had got some new pieces. And I was like, it's good to see you guys. Alright, I'm about to bounce. I want to get some dessert. He said if it's his dress. So it's full, you guys. Look. I can fit a few more pieces in here. Maybe some rings and maybe some like lightweight bracelets. But I filled it up, yo. This thing is big. And this is real glass. So I'm going to be very careful with holding this, because I can be clumsy. Thank you guys for tuning in. It has been great. I hope you guys have a blessed Sunday. A blessed August. This new month. New season. Blessings, blessings upon blessings. And I'll catch you guys later. Love you guys.